Welcome back to the Soul Channel. I put out a short video last night saying marijuana can cause depression, part 1. Well, this is part 2. And I had over 1,000 views in just one night, from last night till this morning. And I had a couple of commenters say I was spreading lies. I don't know what I'm talking about. They went right into defending their favorite vice, right? Which I knew would happen. Well, let me just clarify why I said marijuana can cause depression. Well, most people are not the top 10% super motivated humans on the earth, where they're gonna get stuff done no matter what, come hail, rain, sleet, or snow. That's not most of the general public. So the average person that smokes marijuana, their production is going to go down. Their inspiration is going to be there, and then it's going to leave. And you're going to leave a lot of things undone, a lot of dreams unfulfilled. It can cause paranoia. You smoke and go out in public, especially around a lot of people in bright lights. You're not as authoritative, you're not as talkative, you're not as willing to engage with other people because you're in that stuck mode off of marijuana. And how it can cause depression is when you're not getting things done that your mind sets out to do. You take L's, you take little losses. Those little losses turn into big losses over time because your soul has a little mini death every time you don't do what's in your mind that you really want to do, and you make an excuse not to get it done. Well, marijuana has a mechanism where it tells you, don't worry about it, we can do it tomorrow. Don't worry about it, we got a week to get it done or a month to get it done, when you could have gotten it done that day or that hour. Marijuana plays tricks with your mind. It causes you to believe things are all right when they're not all right. You might have bills piling up and you know you need a second job, but that marijuana tell you, don't worry, everything will be all right. You know, just sit down here and take another hit. I don't know about the marijuana in the 60s, 50s, 60s, and 70s, but this marijuana of today is highly addictive. And anyone that wants to claim they're not addicted to it, and they're smoking around the clock all day long, or whenever they get off work, before work, when they wake up, before they go to sleep, then just stop. If it's not addictive, stop. You will have a hard time stopping. I'm telling you, because it's addictive. Now, of course, you have to pay attention to why all the music industry and a lot of the media started pushing marijuana. Okay, why would all of these rappers start rapping about marijuana all of a sudden? You got to look at the big picture. Can there be helpful benefits to it if ingested, or you use it for cooking? Yes, but if you're using it as an escape from life, you're trying to escape reality, you're trying to escape your own mind, that's when it becomes a problem and can lead to depression. Many of you who are long-time marijuana smokers know what I'm talking about. If you're a young kid in your 20s, you have no idea what the hell you're talking about. You're looking at somebody that smoked marijuana for almost 30 years straight. Okay, and I can tell you, it doesn't solve anything. It doesn't help anything. It just gives you a temporary escape. But what it also does is it drains you of your drive. It drains you of your aggression. It drains you of your edge. Okay, I stopped smoking. It makes you oversensitive. Okay, all of a sudden you start having all these racing thoughts in your mind that if you were sober you wouldn't have. Okay, you will tend to have a woe is me mentality if you're abusing marijuana around the clock. You will make excuses why you have to keep smoking it and why you have to constantly buy more and more as your body builds a tolerance to it. That's why you end up smoking. You might start out smoking maybe once or twice a week, or maybe once a day, and before you know it, you're smoking around the clock. You can't wait to get a break. You risking your job by going and smoking on your lunch break and coming back high to the job. And we all know that most companies drug test for marijuana. So how many of you have lost jobs because you can't pass a drug test? Are you going to say marijuana is beneficial when it's stopping you from getting a life-changing job or a job that could pay your bills? You know how many drug tests I failed? You know how many decent jobs that I didn't get because I couldn't pass a drug test? And a lot of you that are the marijuana smokers will say, oh, use somebody else's urine. Oh, get a urinator off the internet and do all this stuff. Put a sleeve between your legs. And who the hell wants to go through all of that nonsense instead of just being able to go to the job, pee in a cup, post a negative result, and then you get the job. See, it starts putting all these schemes in your head as well. You trying to out-scheme society. Well, it may work for you. You might have been able to use somebody else's urine. You might have used what they call a Whizzinator or a urinator and strap it to your leg and go on and give somebody else's urine. Most detoxes don't work. 99% of them don't work if you're a heavy smoker. It's stored in your fat cells and it's going to stay in your bloodstream and in your body for about 3 to 4 months. That's why when people they're going for a drug test and they know it's like a month away, they start doing a whole bunch of cardio to sweat because it's stored in your fat cells. They start drinking 2 gallons of water a day, trying to flush their system. But the main thing is, if you're abusing marijuana, you're in denial. I have a couple of people in the comment section ready to take my head off. You're spreading misinformation. You're spreading lies. No, I'm not. I'm telling you from 30 years of experience. Okay, what will happen is the marijuana will take precedent over mostly everything. The only thing it won't take precedence over is your food. Because why are you going to get the munchies and you're going to start eating unhealthy? You're going to grab for sugary snacks and all type of greasy junk food. That also leads to depression as you put on the pounds and gain weight. Okay, and I made the statement, I said it can lead to depression. All right, most of you are not high-strung, super high-strung go-getters where the marijuana won't bother you. Well, you'll be disciplined enough to not be smoking around the clock. You think guys like Joe Rogan get high all day just because he sits there and he endorses marijuana smoking? You think he actually has the time to sit around and be high all day? Of all the things that he has to do with his podcast, all the meetings, all the strategy that he has to do, just the time sitting there interviewing people. You think he's high every time he's sitting there interviewing somebody? He's not. You will see him occasionally smoke on the podcast, occasionally. You don't see him stone high every day. And this is where a lot of you marijuana smokers are in denial. You think you can be just as productive smoking marijuana all day as somebody who doesn't. No, you won't be. You're going to leave things on the table undone, period. And that's going to lead you to depression. A lot of us are depressed and don't know it. I was depressed for years and didn't realize it. You don't have to be clinically depressed where you're ready to kill yourself, or you just ball yourself up in a room and don't leave the house and don't do nothing. There's different levels of depression. You could have a milder depression, but still, it's like a little snowball that can turn into an avalanche on you, and before you know it, you're fully depressed. All right? A lot of you are not going to like this video because you're in denial. You're going to defend your vice. You're going to defend your narcotic. That's fine. But to say that I'm lying, that's an absolute non-truth. I'm not lying about any of this. If people keep it real with themselves and they actually tell the truth, they'll tell you if they smoke marijuana around the clock for 20 years, they left things undone. Okay, they were not their best selves. A lot of these rappers are lying to you. It recently came out that a lot of these rappers, I'm not even gonna call names, are using cocaine and all kind of pills to stay up. They can't perform concerts, stay in the studio 3-4 days in a row, up all night recording 30 songs, and they're getting high around the clock. No, they're also sniffing cocaine to keep them up, or taking uppers to keep them up. Okay, and that's why they have to drink lean to bring them down off the cocaine, and that's why you see a lot of them, like, I'm just gonna say it, Lil Wayne, Rick Ross, get hospitalized for what they call dehydration. They don't want to say that they had a cocaine stroke, okay? Because, yeah, they show you the marijuana, like Snoop Dogg, but there's been numerous reports about Snoop Dogg being a cokehead. Because there's no way you can film television shows with Martha Stewart, record albums, travel here and here, there, and just be on marijuana all day long without something that else that's driving you and pushing you to stay awake and be alert. And for a lot of them, that's pills and cocaine. But this is what the rappers don't tell you. They just tell you that they're doing all of this stuff, being super productive off of marijuana alone, and that's a lie. Okay, that's the biggest lie. All right, you guys that are in denial about this, hey, maybe one day you'll wake up. But I've already woken up over it. I already knew it before I quit. And when I quit, I feel so much better. Am I telling you, the world, to quit? No, I ain't telling you nothing. I made a simple statement. Marijuana can cause depression. Okay, and if you don't believe that, just look at some real hardcore scientific studies. Okay, and you will see the truth in it. But I don't need any studies. I lived it. I am the study. Okay, I am the study. Marijuana can cause depression. One guy said in the comment section, oh, no, it just brings out the mental health problems you already have. No, sir. No, sir. I'm not chemically depressed. I wasn't born with depression or anxiety or any mental health issues. Okay, ADHD, none of that. So you can't say, oh, it brought out mental health problems in you, that's why you're saying that. No. What's up, man? Good morning. All you got to do is look at your friends when you're sober. Just sober up if you don't believe me, and look at your friends that are smoking weed around the clock and tell me how high their energy is. Tell me that their energy level and their drive is the same as somebody that's not on marijuana. You tell me. And I'm not talking about occasional marijuana smokers that take an occasional smoke on the weekend, right? Or might even smoke once a day just at night when they come home to go to sleep. I'm talking about people that have to have it when they wake up. They got to have it in the middle of the day. They got to sneak off of work to go do it. Okay, if they over at a relative's house that they know they don't smoke weed over there, they got to go somewhere and hide and run to the backyard and get a few tokes in. Or they're using the vapes because it doesn't have the scent. But these vapes are not tested properly. There's not enough data on vapes and the long-term effect of it, whether it be nicotine or THC oil you're vaping. You don't know what that's doing to your lungs. You have no clue. But because it allows you to hide your marijuana smoking, you carry a vape with you everywhere. You vaping at the job, you vaping at relatives' house, you vaping outside of the hospital, you vaping outside of school, you vaping inside of school, in your job, in the bathroom, in the break room, wherever you can go and hide. And the fact is that you have to go and hide because you can't control the habit, because it's very addictive. Modern marijuana is very addictive. I would say especially coupled with smoking it out of tobacco cigars. Backwoods, Entourages, Dutch Masters, Swisher Sweets, White Owls, whatever your tobacco cigar of choice is. Okay? So yeah, that's that. Also, coupled with music, marijuana and music together. sometimes a terrible combination. You might be feeling bad. You smoke marijuana and listen to the wrong music, you'll feel worse. Okay? That's a fact. I've lived through that, been through that. So a lot of you guys out there that are gonna see this video, don't take such offense to what I'm saying. I said it can cause depression. I didn't say it absolutely would cause depression in 100% of its users. But I know it causes depression in a lot of its users, especially if you're smoking marijuana around the clock and you cannot control the habit. That will lead to depression. And if you don't believe that, you're just in denial. All right? I might even make a part 3 to this. All right? This is the Soul Channel. So what? If you're addicted to marijuana, get up, go exercise, do something with your life and try to get off of it or wean yourself down from it so you can be more productive. This has been the Soul Channel. Thank you for all the subscribers. We're almost at like 17, 16 or 17, something like that. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you. I appreciate everybody that commented, even the ones who called me a liar, even the ones who said I'm spreading misinformation. I appreciate you for taking the time to comment. All right? Peace.